Okay, so here's some points that I want to make about introversion, um, particularly in conversation. But first of all, introverts. Stupid thing on my computer popping up. Um, they're just there. I, we, us as a group are drained by social interaction. We get the same sense of different we still get enjoyment out of conversation, but after several hours, we want to go home, back into our caves, as my ENFP friend calls it, and hide for days, or it depends how introverted you are. But for me, at least some time reading, writing, spending time in the, I call it my head cavern. It started, anyway. People in conversation with introverts. These are things that they do that are very annoying and not helpful to engage an introvert in conversation. They say, "You're too quiet." Okay, that's gonna make me more quiet and awkward about the fact that I'm quiet, even more than I was in the first place, because I knew that I was being quiet. And the thing is that, at least for me, that I'm going to enter a conversation, I would like to have something to say that has to do with the subject matter, that is something different than everyone else is saying, that's really going to add to the conversation. I don't just want to be spewing some bullshit out of my mouth. Small talk. Very annoying. That's number 2. Small talk. Very annoying. We don't care about small talk. Like, we care that people are trying to be nice to us. Oh, how are you? Da da da. That's all well and good. I don't want to talk about the weather. I don't want to talk about the local sports team. I don't want to talk about the newest news update. Unless I have some sort of ideal about it. I don't want to talk about these things. Someone just walked up to me in my first conversation with them. Say I'm at a job. Okay, I don't have this sort of job anymore. But say I'm a cashier. And someone just walks up to me and they start talking to me about the nature of sanity. I'll pretty much, piss my pants. Because nobody does that. They just want to, it's the same conversations over and over again. And maybe it's the censors, and maybe it's the fact that nobody wants to engage with a stranger on that level. I don't know. But that would be awesome. Smart. Another thing is, when we don't speak, extroverts tend to become, or, just those who are less socially awkward. They become insulted that we're not speaking to them. And they shouldn't be. We want to engage in conversation. Maybe we don't like you, who knows. But it's just not, it takes a lot of energy. I mean, to say something, and have it, be received, not received, whatever. It's really something special when someone who is really introverted speaks up. So if one of us does speak to you, listen. That's number 3. Most people don't listen to introverts, so when we do try to speak, we get tired of speaking. Because it seems like conversations today are less about interchange of ideas and more about interchange of egos. Like everybody's just trying to make a point about themselves in a conversation. They're not trying to learn anything. They're not trying to latch onto a new perspective. They're just presenting this version of themselves to people so they can feel good about themselves. And I don't think that's an adequate reason to engage in a conversation. My ideal conversation, I guess that's awkward. The ideal that I have a conversation is something where both people can exchange ideas and learn from it. Or maybe gain camaraderie or something like that, but not to. It's like everyone's always talking over each other, always interrupting one another, they're always changing the subject as soon as someone finishes talking. It's like someone's just waiting for you to finish your sentence, for, so they can start speaking. If you're going to do that, you might as well be talking to yourself, because that's really what you're doing. That's the point I wanted to make. Just, if you know somebody who spends a lot of time in their head and they speak up, listen to them. They have something that they feel is very important to say, and maybe you won't learn anything from it in the way that you want to, but you'll at least learn something about people and the nature of them, and the nature of that person, and just respect others. I don't know.